Welcome to the Cricut Craft Room. I'm Anna Rose and I'm here today to answer everyone's burning question, which Cricut machine is right for me? Let's dive right in. There are 3 different Cricut machines to choose from and each was designed for a different purpose and different kinds of makers. Start with Cricut Joy. Cricut Joy is our smallest and dare we say cutest cutting machine. It is simple and compact, perfect for quick everyday projects like cards, labels, and vinyl stickers. Because the Cricut Joy ecosystem includes smart materials, you can even cut vinyl and iron-on without a mat up to 20 feet in length. Cricut Explore Air2 is our most popular machine. It can write, cut, and score. You can cut over 100 different materials like glittery paper, polished foils, and bonded fabric. The Cricut Maker is the ultimate smart cutting machine, offering pro-level DIY performance and versatility. How, you may ask? Well, Cricut Maker has an adaptive tool system that will grow with you as your desire to make different things grows. There are over 12 tools that allow you to do things like engrave, score, deboss, and cut materials from wood to fabric. Okay, that was quick. Have you already narrowed down which machine is right for you, or do you want all of them like I do? Now I'll talk a bit more in depth about each machine and tell you my favorite element of each. Skip ahead if you just want information on one of the machines, or stay with me for the full ride. Let's talk a bit more about Cricut Joy. The Cricut Joy's simple and compact design was intentional. Its small size makes it easy to take with you wherever you want to create and put away when you're done. It's perfect for those that simply do not have room in their home or apartment. It's just so much smaller than our other machines. When you open the lid of Cricut Joy, you'll see a few key things. Number 1, there's only one housing. That's this little guy right here. The Cricut Explorer and the Cricut Maker both have 2 housings. The housing is where your blade and pen are inserted. To switch between blade and pen, simply unclamp the blade, remove it, and drop in your pen. The pen, which is smaller than your average Cricut pen, can be used to draw embellishments on projects, create labels, and so much more. When you're done drawing, remove the pen and drop the blade back in to cut your next project. Although small, Cricut Joy can cut more than 50 lightweight materials. Even better, it has the ability to cut with or without a mat. Other Cricut machines require you to stick the material you want to cut on a mat. With Cricut Joy, you can do this, or you can use smart materials. Smart materials have been designed with a special backer to replace the need for a mat. To cut, place your smart material or mat with material into the machine and it will auto load. The sensors inside the machine can even measure the material to make sure you have enough for your project. By eliminating the mat, you can cut one design up to 4 feet and repeated images up to 20 feet. Let me show you an example of what I mean. This is a 4-foot image. If I unroll it to A, right there, that is 4 feet. Now, if I continue to unroll this piece, this is a visual example of what 20 feet of a repeated cut look like. Can you imagine what you can make with that much vinyl? To cut other materials, there are 3 different mats to choose from. This 6-inch green mat comes with the machine so that you can bust through your scraps. And then there's 2 other 4 by 12 mats available in standard grip and light grip. Another revolutionary part of the Cricut Joy ecosystem is the insert card mat. If you haven't seen the card mat in action, the concept is pretty simple but amazing. Remove the plastic liner from the mat, take your insert card, and slide the back flap of the card under the top piece of the card mat and stick it in place. Make sure the card is all the way to the top of the mat and then the machine will cut out your card design on the front of the card. We have created insert card kits that have the folded card, an insert, and an envelope, which all result in a finished card. No glue and no mess. There are over 300 and counting card designs ready to go in Design Space. All you have to do is pick the design you want, stick your card to your mat, and get cutting. Okay, that's it. Did we cover all of your questions about Cricut Joy? If not, please leave them in the comments below. Cricut Joy is the perfect machine for quick, everyday projects like cards, vinyl stickers, and labels. The Cricut Explore Air2 and the Cricut Maker are two pretty amazing smart cutting machines. Gone are the days when you have to hand cut anything. Let's start with how these two are similar. Both machines have the same cutting dimensions and use similar mats. You can choose from 12 by 12 or 12 by 24 inches in light grip, which is blue, standard grip, which is green, and strong grip, which is purple. They also use 3 of the same tools. We have the fine point blade, perfect for thin to medium weight materials like paper, cardstock, vinyl, and iron-on. We have the bonded fabric blade, recommended for more intricate cuts on bonded fabrics or fabrics with an iron-on backer. We have the deep point blade, which is ideal for thicker materials such as magnet, thick cardstock, stiffened felt, and foam sheets. Let's open them up and have a look inside. You'll notice that both machines have an A and a B clamp. The B side is where all of the blades are inserted, but the A side is perfectly sized for Cricut pens and scoring stylus. I love having my machine write sentiments in cards or draw intricate scenes for my projects. The scoring stylus will create a score line for perfect folds in your custom-made cards, envelopes, or 3D paper projects. You can connect to both machines via USB or Bluetooth from either your computer, tablet, or phone. You can see that these machines are very similar. Now, what's different? Let's start with the aesthetics. The storage capabilities on each machine is a bit different. On the Explorer, you'll notice one area to hold tools and pens, while the Maker has one long area separated into a deep pocket to hold tools and a more shallow area to hold blades. The Explorer only has one area because directly in front of the storage cup is a port for a cartridge. Cartridges used to contain cuttable images, but now all of those images are in the Design Space library. The front storage on the Explorer has 2 sections, one for tools and one for blades. The Maker has one. When you open it up, it has a spot for tools, blades, and replacement blades. The Maker has a handy spot up here to hold your device and a USB on the right-hand side to plug it in. Explorer does not have this feature. Right off the bat, you may have also noticed that the Maker is a bit larger than the Explorer, and it is much heavier than the Explorer. The extra heft is because the Maker has a more heavy-duty internal structure that allows it to have more force when cutting. This brings us to the biggest difference between Explorer and Maker: cutting power. Cricut Explore machines can cut more than 100 different materials, everything from the most popular craft materials like cardstock, vinyl, and iron-on to specialty materials like glittery paper, polished foils, and bonded fabric. The Cricut Maker can cut all of those and more. In fact, up to 300 materials, all the way from delicate paper to fabric to tough stuff like matboard, leather, and basswood. How can the Cricut Maker cut all of these additional materials? It's because it has what we call an adaptive tool system. All of these tools fit into the Maker, but not the Explorer. We have the rotary blade, which can cut through unbacked fabric and delicate papers like crepe paper. We have the knife blade, which can cut through thick materials like leather, chipboard, and balsa wood. The scoring wheel has a single and a double wheel that can create crisp fold lines in thick materials like poster board. The scoring wheel is part of the quick swap housing system, which comes with many different tools that are easily interchangeable. Let me show you some of those. You have the wavy wheel, the debossing tip, the perforation blade, and the engraving tool. You may be wondering why we decided to make tools that only fit in one of our machines. The reason is simple. In order to cut something like basswood or leather, the inner workings of the Maker had to be redesigned to allow for the increase in pressure. Additionally, in order to cut through delicate materials like unbacked fabric and lace, we could no longer rely on the fine point and deep point blade. The dragging action of these blades makes cutting delicate materials incredibly difficult. So I'm going to remove the fine point blade to show you what I mean. As you can see, the housing inside the Maker has a little gear. This gear allows the tool to pick up and turn to go into a different direction, while the fine point blade would just drag itself to go into a different direction. With the Maker, you can select whatever material you want to cut directly in the Design Space software. With the Explore, you turn this dial to indicate which material you are cutting, and depending on what material you've selected, Design Space will be preset to that material when you go to cut. One of these cut options is Print and Cut. This feature allows you, in conjunction with your home printer, to print out full color images that your Cricut can then cut. On the Explore, you can print and cut on white paper, and on the Maker, you can print and cut on white and colored paper. The Cricut Joy does not have print and cut functionality. As you can see, both of these smart cutting machines have some pretty amazing features, and either one would be a great choice. Now that we've talked in depth about each machine, what do you think? Did you decide which machine was right for you? If you are looking for a way to quickly make cards, vinyl stickers, and other quick everyday projects, we would recommend the Cricut Joy. If you will primarily be making paper, vinyl, or iron-on projects and want a larger cutting size, we would recommend the Cricut Explore Air2. If your making style is all about possibilities and the potential of future projects, or if you like making projects out of a variety of materials, from lace to wood to leather, we would recommend the versatility of the Cricut Maker. Whichever machine you decide on, you've already made the right choice in choosing Cricut. We will leave some links below to help more in your research process. If you're ready to purchase, you can find Cricut on Cricut.com or at any of your favorite craft retailers. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful DIY ideas, tips and tricks for using your Cricut machine, and so much more. See you next time.